Hi guys, and welcome to another video. So today we are in for shoulders. So I've changed my training split a little bit. So I don't think you've seen this new training split or style of training. So I'll walk you through of what I do and we'll get on with it. Also guys, my picture is up on the wall. So that was from the Conte Classic in Manchester back in April, first place. So I'm up on the wall, but we'll get on with the video. So as always, for any pressing day, shoulders or chest, warming up the shoulders, doing some dislocations with the band, and then we'll do some rotator cuff stuff. So for example, bring it like this, shoulder width apart, and come outwards, just with rotator cuffs. But we'll start with some dislocations, and then we'll move into shoulder press. So what I'm doing slightly different for this training split is 2 intense sets to failure instead of 3 of about 10 to 12 reps. So it just forces me to lift heavy basically and go to failure instead of working within a rep range. So warm up my shoulders, then we'll get back into this. So we'll start on this overhead press. Like I said, 2 sets till failure. We'll work up just to get into the movement, but we'll work up to somewhere around 6 to 8 reps to failure, and then we'll move on to something else. So last set of the 2 sets to failure. So I've always struggled with shoulders and shoulder development. I feel like my shoulders are pretty weak compared to everything else, but on this machine, I remember when I first started doing this, if you look down here, I was on 32 for about 8, now I'm on 46. Still not heavy, but it's relative to me, so it's heavy to me. So now we're moving on to a side delt variation. I got this one from TNF on TikTok, where he turns 45 degrees from the machine and comes this way. It puts your side delt in a better plane of motion than standing straight on. So we'll do 3 sets of this, 10 to 15 reps. Yeah. So moving on to seated dumbbell press. So I'll do 3 variations of a overhead press. So like we started on the machine press, we'll move on to dumbbells, and then we'll move on to a Smith machine. But yeah, we're on to this now, just so I can get some unilateral and bilateral work in for the shoulders. So we'll do this 2 sets, like all heavy presses, 2 sets to failure. So moving on from dumbbell press to chest supported Y raise. So the reason I do it chest supported is to eliminate any momentum basically. So what I'll do to set up, I'll lean my chest against the pad. I'll obviously have dumbbells in my hand, and it's in the name, it's called a Y raise. So I'll bring my arms up in a Y motion, and that will simulate side delts. It's a great side delt movement, even though it does look like I come in up for the front delt. It's actually in the plane of movement for the side delt. So if it was for front delts, I'll bring them forward like this, but because it's a side delt movement, it comes slightly out and up. So as you can see, I'm not using much momentum, or if any. So bracing against the bench really helps avoid swinging through that motion. I'm pausing a little bit at the top, and then when it comes to the end of the reps, or the end of the set, sorry, I'm doing some partials. So moving on to Smith machine, overhead press. So after the Y raises, we'll do, this is the last overhead press we'll do, and then we'll get onto some isolation work for the rear delts, and then we'll finish up on some shrugs. But we'll start on this. So again, like I said, 2 sets to failure. We'll start with 20 kilos each side. We'll see how many I get on here, and then we'll work up if I can go heavier. So because I could do more than 10 reps with 40 kilos, I throw on some 10s each side, and then try and hit around 6 to 8 reps. Holy shit, that's heavy. So the extra 20 kilos was a bit ambitious. I think it was 3 or 4, so I've taken them off. We'll keep to 40, I think, and try and hit another 10 reps. I think I'm just feeling the fatigue. Could come down to multiple reasons: sleep, energy, food. So that's why you need to be consistent. So kind of redeemed myself on the shoulder press. Like I said, I think it's come down to fatigue. I'm pretty tired. So we're finishing off, like I said, with some rear delts and shrugs. So as you can see, flip the pec deck around to do rear delts. We'll do 3 sets of this, relatively high volume as well. So now on to the last thing of the workout is shrugs. So you can do it on either use a barbell, Smith machine, dumbbells. In this case, I use whatever this thing is. It's basically just a unilateral machine with handles by the side. So I'll do this, shrugs 3 sets, between 12 and 15 reps. And I try not to make weird faces when I do shrugs because it's a machine where it's inevitable you'll do some weird faces, so I try not to. So shrugs is one of them things where you feel like you could do 50 and then all of a sudden you get hit with a wall and you can't even move your shoulders. So one of the main reasons as well for doing these, because my upper traps quite underdeveloped. So we do some isolation work for the traps this off season, obviously, just to build everything up. That's one thing from this year. One of the judges' feedbacks was muscular development. So just need to get bigger, basically. Yeah, we'll do one more set of this and then we'll head home. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.